best friend in high school?
No, it's not. It's such a bully. Yeah, like the bag of weed. The food is like wrapped in like Mediterranean. Yes.
I got so excited.
Like in the sense the wraps and like the seafood out, there's nothing on it.
Yeah. She's always been that way though. Like she did that in high school.
You know her?
Yeah, like
That's her friend?
actually we went to the beach together one time or something.
So she's from Illinois, I didn't even know.
Yeah, she went to my high school.
Oh, that's so great.
She was bro. She really is me like the peak. So nice because like it's a well, ride. Like she got me outside the house. It was awesome.
She seems cool. That's really good.
Yeah.
I know, when people take pictures of her, or like, she's like, oh, I'm like, how do you know you believe in her?
She's making bank though. So
It's like this. I do get concerned about how much she's going to stop. I think the other day she posted how she was like, everyone knows in college, like, but like, so a lot of people get on it, like, it's not on their way, and people to underage, it's not. It's no, but you don't talk. You don't have to. That's the one thing about, I think this generation really helps. Because when you have you're great, and then you want to be a doctor, and then you want to be a president, like baby.
I thought it was so funny. Like people try to compare us to like.
Oh yeah, no, I do that.
This thing doesn't be a little more time, but she's cool. I didn't know that was
I just love her. She's awesome. She's so yeah.
She is a day. She talked about my story page like
Let me go put my water. I think you should have to like drink a bit. Because like that's what we have like classes. But we used to go like the beach together. She didn't all that stuff. She's like anxious about it. Like she always like super fucking around. Like nice spot to go to just hang out. And I went to a drive party.
I didn't realize it was her.
I was literally running from court.
So cold out. Because it's like 90 degrees.
You're from Jordan? I'm Palestinian, but I am from Jordan.
Good evening, everyone. I now call this meeting of the undergraduate student governments to order. The time is 6:06 p.m. The secretary will now commence roll call.
Hello, everyone. I'll start with the advisor, Advisor Carlos Mata. Advisor Wilson Fernandez. Secretary Boston. President Udubiaku.
Present.
Vice President Ivelli.
Present.
Chief of Staff Wong.
Present.
Treasurer Copley.
Present.
Chairperson Clement.
Present.
Chairperson Simba. Present. Chairperson Kanan. Chairperson Shafi. Speaker of the House of Dallas.
Present.
Graphic designer Nguyen.
Present.
Web administrator Goda. Web administrator Goda. Excuse. All right. Representative Shah.
Here.
Representative Salem.
Present.
Representative Ellen Chesdian.
Present.
Representative Amin.
Present.
Representative Martin.
Present.
Representative Meyer.
Present.
Representative Esparza. All right. Representative Schulz.
Present.
Representative Tenen. Representative Skladatu. Jack.
Present.
Representative Agasha. Representative Turner.
Here.
Representative Medina. Representative Emmanuel.
Present.
Representative Johnson.
Present.
Representative Pickett.
Present.
Representative Khan.
Present.
Representative Abbas. Representative Kim.
Present.
Representative Duden.
Present.
Representative Kwan.
Yeah.
Representative Arias.
Present.
Representative Imran.
Present.
Representative Capilla.
Present.
Representative Khatib.
Present.
Representative Basta.
Present.
Representative Padarla? Representative Padarla? No. Representative Sajid Sanulu? Tommy?
Present.
Representative Stankulescu?
Present.
Representative Shikoni? And Representative Mustafa? Mustafa.
Okay, thank you. Our next item is the reading and approval of the agenda. Are there any additions or corrections to today's agenda? Hearing none, the agenda stands approved. Our next order of business, skipping public comments, is old business. Can I please have a chief sponsor read Bill 2025 F5 1005?
Oh, is that PhD? Oh, sorry, my bad. Whereas the undergraduate student government aims to represent students and advocates on behalf of their needs, and whereas consistent visibility through tabling helps USG fulfill its mission of transparency, accountability, and advocacy on behalf of the student body, whereas the Public Affairs Committee is tasked with the job of communicating information about USG events and activities to students, then let it be resolved that the Public Affairs Committee will host tabling sessions weekly or bi-weekly to facilitate communication with students, including requesting feedback and promoting upcoming USG events. Let it further be resolved that the tabling sessions will be varied in dates and timings, of which will be decided the week prior in coordination with the executive team. Let it further be resolved that the representatives from all committees will be encouraged to help with the initiative, and there will be a minimum of one USG executive cabinet member at the table. Let it further be resolved that that $1,000 will be allocated for catering services and other costs to encourage students to interact with USG members. Let it further be resolved that any unspent funds shall be returned to the USG budget.
Thank you. Are there any questions about this bill? And keep in mind, we are voting on this tonight. Okay, if there's no questions, we will proceed with the voting. All those in favor of passing Bill 2025 F5 1005, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say nay. Does anyone abstain? The ayes have it. Bill 2025 F5 1005 has passed. Moving on to our next bill, Bill 2025 F5 1007. Can you please have a chief sponsor read this?
I'll read this. USG participation in the University Library Halloween Dog Costume Contest. Whereas the undergraduate student government is dedicated to fostering a positive campus experience for all students, and whereas the UIC University Library plans to host a Halloween dog costume contest on Friday, October 31st, 2025 from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., which aligns with USG's mission to support student well-being. And whereas this event will serve as a fun and engaging stress relief activity for students during a busy academic period by offering an opportunity to interact with dogs, including Officer Ham and the library ambassador dog. And whereas hosting the event will help build the reputation of the UIC University Library as a supportive, fun, and social place for students, thereby strengthening campus community ties. And whereas the collaboration between USG and the University Library for this event will create campus-wide publicity and further their commitment to student engagement and support, then let it be resolved that the undergraduate student government will officially co-host the Halloween Dog Costume Contest on October 31st, 2025, in partnership with the UIC University Library, offering support in event promotion, social media engagement, and on-site participation. And let it be further resolved that USG will host a table at the event, providing giveaway items from the USG office and interacting with students to further engage with the campus community during the event. Let it be further resolved that the undergraduate student government should allocate $750 to cover expenses for cookies, refreshments, and breakfast items in support of the event. Let it be further resolved that USG will work closely with the University Library to ensure that the event is a success, enhancing the partnership between both organizations, providing students with an enjoyable and stress-relieving experience. Let it be further resolved that any unspent funds will be returned to the budget.
Thank you. Now, following that, are there any questions for this bill? Keep in mind, we'll be voting on this tonight. Okay, with no further questions, we will proceed with voting. All those in favor of passing Bill 2025 F5 1007, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say nay. Does anyone abstain? The ayes have it. Bill 2025 F5 1007 has passed. Moving on to our next order of business, which is new business. Can I please have a chief sponsor please read Bill 2025 F6 3005?
I'll be reading this. This is the Stolen Cords Bill. Whereas the undergraduate student government seeks to recognize and honor the service and dedication of its members through professional and cohesive graduation attire, and whereas providing stoles and cords will promote unity, professionalism, and a shared sense of pride among representatives and officers who have served throughout the academic year, and whereas representative stoles will feature the undergraduate student government logo screen printed on the side and text printed on one side and text on the other at a cost of $20 each. And whereas stoles for title members, including president, secretary, treasurer, and other executive board committee positions, will feature the logo screen printed on one side and the title embroidered on the other at a cost of $40 each, with the president, secretary, and treasurer printed vertically and other titles printed horizontally, as shown in the approved sample. And whereas cords will accompany the stoles at a cost of $2.95 each, signifying distinction and commitment to student representation, let it be resolved that the undergraduate student government will allocate $850 from the USG budget for the purchase of representative stoles, title stoles, and cords. And let it further be resolved that the design will follow the approved sample with consistent logo placement, text alignment, and embroidery standards to ensure quality across all stoles. And let it further be resolved that all remaining or unused funds will be returned to the undergraduate student government budget with the following purchase completion.
Okay, so does anyone have any questions for Bill 2025 F6 3005?
Yeah, is this for both semesters, so people graduate
So we have some members that are graduating this semester, so we're going to, but yes, it will include both semesters.
President Nate?
I will be executive ordering this bill today.
The President has issued an executive order for Bill 2025 F6 3005. So we will be voting on this tonight. So if you have any questions, please speak now. Okay, seeing no further questions, we will proceed with the voting. All those in favor of passing Bill 2025 F6 3005, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say nay. Does anyone abstain? The ayes have it. Bill 2025 F6 3005 has passed. Seeing no items for discussion, we will move on to our next order of business, which is ex officio reports. Could I please have the report of the advisor?
Yeah. Just wanted to let you all be aware, the election planning committee is searching for members. They opened the application on Thursday. So in regards to this, so if someone's new and hasn't been in USG, the election planning committee is in charge of the USG elections that happen every spring. So they'll be the ones conducting the election results, as well as rules and all that kind of good stuff. And what the committee also does is review complaints and all that. I'll be sending an email to you all tomorrow. However, please spread this amongst your friends. Unfortunately, as reps, you cannot be on the committee. That is a big conflict of interest. So if there's individuals that love organizing as well as being part of something like the election planning committee, please send them my way or send them to Kyla, as she will be running the elections. Just so that you are aware as well, for the next 3 weeks, I will be absent due to various factors. So it's either going to be Kyla or Raul that's going to be sitting on this chair on Monday. But for the next 3 GBMs, I will not be present.
Okay, thank you. And seeing that the trustee is not currently here, could I please have the report of the president?
Yeah, well, happy week 9 of the fall 25 semester. We're about halfway done. That's crazy. It's already halfway done the semester, so 25% done of the academic year. Hopefully you guys are studying for midterms. I know midterms is kind of like a fake word now because you have midterm week 3 of the semester and then week 14. But if you guys do have exams right now, I hope you're studying. But it's a good checkpoint to check in with your grades, how you guys are doing academically, your extracurriculars, make sure you're balancing everything. But I hope all things are well. So I have had a couple of meetings last week. So Dr. Michael Ginsberg, Special Advisor to the Chancellor, and Brian Cousins, who's the Associate Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs, we're discussing an interim 24 floor space. So for those of you who have been at UIC in the past, and this is not your first year here, the library usually has 24 floors, so it's open 24 hours for 4 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Unfortunately, due to funding cuts and staffing issues, that was not able to be brought back for this academic year. We are working for next academic year to bring that back with provost. However, for this year, I would really love an interim measure, so I'm working on that currently to see what we can do for a 24 floor space, so that's what we're working on over there. So we're making some progress and hopefully we'll have a good outcome soon. Myself, Vice President Haybelly, and Trustee Basta met with Kevin Kane, who's the Director of Fraternity and Sorority Life, discussing some initiatives and some collaboration opportunities over there. The three of us also met with UIC Police Department, so UIC PD, a great campus partner for campus safety, and to the undergraduate student government, so discussing some campus safety collaborations, and also making sure some strategies on how we can make sure information is disseminated in a safe manner that's producing the accurate accounts of what's happening on our campus. We also had a meeting with athletics to discuss our upcoming event Wednesday of this week, and also met with Gene Riordan to just kind of discuss our partnership a little bit. Trustee Basta, myself, and Vice President Haybelly met with Vice Chancellor of Finance, Matthew Fajak. Essentially, Mr. Fajak kind of handles anything and all with university finances, so covers a number of university initiatives. I met with Nikos Ferrales, who's the Senior Vice Provost for Academic Programs, Student Success, and Effectiveness. So anything student success units on our campus kind of fall under his portfolio, and he reports directly to the provost. So discussing some of our student success initiatives for the year. So there are some very exciting things going on. For my transfer students in the room, wouldn't it be really cool if there was a website where you could directly transfer your university into UIC's, and it gives you a suggested kind of 4-year plan, and you can move around things, because that doesn't currently exist on campus, but that's being currently created. So there's some really cool things being created in his office, and I'm excited. I'll make sure that we can bring him to a GBM so that you guys can share some of your student success concerns and we can work together. We're also very curious to create this kind of one page where we put all our resources on campus and kind of think about spreading awareness about all our student success resources on campus. So we have some really exciting plans over there that's going to be working on, and all of you guys will have the opportunity to work on it. I met with Linda Naru, who's the Associate University Librarian for Administrative Services, essentially an Assistant Dean and Associate Dean. But the library booths that USG bought for the library last year are installed. There's about 3 of them installed, and we have the ADA booth coming November 14th. So we're very excited about that. So we'll have kind of a soft launch to open up those in the library very soon. And then obviously with the USG Executive Board. So really had some really great meetings last week and thinking about progress for the future as we continue to work on initiatives for the university. Now, I also had the opportunity to attend the grand openings for the market at Halstead and Sandella's Flatbread Cafe. Sandella's is a really excellent place. It's in the CS building, or the CDR LLC. So definitely check it out, really good food. And events-wise, we have a bunch of events coming up this week and next week. This Wednesday is obviously the pep rally. It's gonna be on UH lawn. So I encourage you all to come out, just be there, talk to students, and it's an opportunity to engage with our athletes. There'll be a Dunkin' truck and a couple other things, so I can talk about it. But very exciting, so I hope to see you all there. Next Tuesday is going to be USG Flames Fest, which is our flagship event, kind of our welcome back event for the academic year. It'll be over on UH lawn as well. So hopefully we will see you all there. And then the other piece of it is we have the Coffee Coco's Cookies and Careers event for next Thursday. So keep that in mind. Michael will share some more information about that. We have the Halloween event next Friday in the library from I think 10 to 12. So that's one of it. And then we also have the Halloween giveaway from DIC also next Thursday. And Doug can talk a little bit more about that. But those are a lot of events. So obviously, I would encourage you to take time, and the other directors will kind of share some of those timelines of when that's going to be. But please take note of those timings for those events, and do come out. There might be some, excuse me, there might be some sign-up sheets that are released via the Slack, so I encourage you to sign up on those. Remember, as reps, it's really important that we go out, especially during these events, and represent our student bodies and engage with student populations, and this is one of the best opportunities to represent USG and then also to take advantage of that. Another piece is that later this week, you will get a Slack message that's going to have access to my Google Calendar link, which is basically going to be to schedule a one-on-one with me. So this will be about a 15 to 20 minute meeting. And basically introductions. I want to get to know you a little bit more. And I also want to hear some about your passion projects and some of your things, because we might be already doing it. There might be reasons we can't do it, or there might be something where that could be a really good initiative and I want to help support you in that. So UIC is an interesting place. There's a lot of policies, but it's kind of my job to help you navigate through those policies. And there's also some things at USG we do, and there's also some things at USG we don't do, because other campus partners work on that, or other departments or offices. So my job is to help support you in navigating those scopes and what that specifically means, and then making sure that we're representing USG and all of our students on our campus collectively, which is a challenge, but it is of the utmost importance that we do so. So do keep those things in mind. So I really encourage you to pay attention to Slack over the course of the next week, as there will be plenty of more information. And this is the next month for USG will be kind of busy, so I do appreciate it. Do expect guest speakers. This will likely be our only GBM where we don't have a guest speaker unless a guest speaker cancels. Next week, we're going to have Vice Chancellor for Administrative Services, John Coronado, on October 27th, and his full team. So UICPD, the Office of Preparedness and Response, will be here. The second week, or the week after, is going to be November 3rd, and the Chancellor will be coming. So Chancellor Marilyn Miranda. So that will be a business professional GBM, so do keep that in mind. I will send reminders there. The week after will be Dr. Michael Ginsberg, who's a special advisor to the Chancellor for Student Affairs. And then the week after will be the Committee to Reimagine General Education, which was chartered by the Provost. And they will essentially lead a 30-minute discussion with USG on how to specifically maybe engage in open education, or general education classes, and thinking about those things. So I know that was a lot of information, but do expect over the course of the next month for USG to be a little bit busier. So I appreciate your commitment. So let's raise those energy levels. But if you have any questions, do let me know. But thank you.
Okay, so following that, does anyone have any immediate questions for the president? Okay, seeing no questions, we move on to our next report. So could I please have the report of the vice president?
Of course. How are you doing?
Good.
Great, awesome. It's crazy. I think it's week 9 right now. But yeah, it's going super fast. Most of the stuff we were working with Nathan last week, so he already, I think, gave a great detailed report. But yeah, I was part of the UIC police meeting with him, the FSL director Kevin Kane. We talk about sorority and fraternity engagement and some kind of like collaborations between us, FSL, and also athletics, part of our athletic collaborations. But I'll talk a bit more from my athletic meetings last week. But we also had, the Vice Chancellor for Finance, Matthew Fajak meeting. Nathan also gave details on that. So last week, I did my weekly meeting with athletic directors, which we are discussing about student engagement with athletics, how we can support more students are going to the games. So it's really important for them, for us as well, because athletics is really a big part of any kind of college. And USG is really important this year to support those. So the basketball games are starting on the homecoming game. So after that, we will have some tournament at USC Credit Union area. So for those, it will times that I probably will announce the games so we can have more engagement. But we are currently, mostly me and Trusty Basta are working on Flames Force project, which is Flames Force is basically our fan base and it's open to everyone. Basically you are also Flames Force, but there will be an ambassador system for Flames Force that active people who is going to the games and want to bring more students will be responsible from kind of being bridge between us and students and their groups, and be able to communicate with athletics. This is a really special role that we kind of start getting more ambassadors this Wednesday, but if you are interested or having kind of questions on that, feel free to let me know. But other than that, yeah, I really would love to see more engagement from student government reps to athletics games. But yeah, I also attended grand openings with Nathan. It was great. I think they have really good flat cuts. Yeah, 100% recommend. And the highlight was the basketball players meet and greet, which is pep rally. If you have any question on that, feel free to ask me. It will be this Wednesday, 4:30 to 7:30. This event has so much effort behind. We are meeting over a month now. The basketball team has a crazy schedule. They all have very heavily practices, and they also have very busy class schedules. So almost all team members will be there, the coaches will be there, so it's such an opportunity for student body to get them know, because there is not much opportunities like that. So please share that with your friends. We also have a DJ, and we will have so many free foods. So yeah, it will be at UH Law, 4:30 to 7:30. But yeah, my report is over here.
Okay, thank you. Are there any questions for the Vice President? Okay, moving on, could I please hear the report of the Treasurer?
Yeah, so as President and Vice President mentioned earlier, we have Flames Fest next week. It'll be on Tuesday, 4:30 to 7:30 p.m. on UH Lawn. We will need volunteers to help set up and take down some of those activities, food, DJ sets that we're gonna have. So later this week, I'll send out the volunteering sheet and Slack. Please keep a lookout for that and sign up for any time slots that you're available. As far as catering today, we have chicken Caesar wrap, Mediterranean wrap, hummus and avocado, which is a veggie option, wrap, salad, and cookies. Yeah, and if you have any questions, feel free to let me know.
Okay, thank you. Are there any questions for the Treasurer? Okay, so moving on, can I please hear the report of the Chief of Staff?
Happy GDM 6, everyone. This week I checked in with Public Affairs, Campus Life, and Student Success. And then the other thing on my report, Deputy Chief of Staff applications. I know I said that they were due last week, but I'm going to leave them open again this week. And then just as a reminder what it is, basically you'll kind of just learn about and assist in the Chief of Staff role, support me in any projects that I'm doing, and then act as me whenever I'm absent. And then I think I forgot to say this last week, but part of the reason I want to do this now is because if you're Deputy Chief of Staff, you can't be a deputy for your committee. So if you're interested in both things, you can just put it on the application and just you're like, oh, I'll also apply for this, and then I'll talk to your director about it, just to make sure we don't have that conflict. But yeah, if you have any questions, you can email me or talk to me after this meeting. That's it.
Okay, so are there any questions for the Chief of Staff? Okay, so I will piggyback off that. So I didn't have a formal report, but I will also keep my applications open for interim Speaker of the House. I did say they were due on Thursday around 5 p.m. However, I will give you guys, if interested, to the end of the day to sign up for it, as I do plan on conducting interviews for it throughout this entire week, and also making my announcement for my choice this next following Monday. So please keep that in mind if you are interested. Okay, so moving on, could I please see the report of the Director of Diversity and Inclusion?
Happy GBM 6, everyone. Last week I started deputy interviews, and then during committee we brainstormed Thanksgiving dinner. So those of you who aren't familiar with Thanksgiving dinner, it's something DIC does every year, where we give out a bunch of free food and we give a chance for students to get to know each other, to form committee on campus, because a lot of students go home for Thanksgiving dinner, but we also have a lot of international students and students who have to go out of state. So this is basically for a chance for them to feel at home. So yeah, that's what we discussed during committee. And upcoming plans, I have my monthly meeting with Carlos, and I'm going to discuss more about Thanksgiving dinner with my committee. If you guys have any ideas on how we can make the Thanksgiving dinner better, or you want to discuss more about it, make sure you email me about it. And I'm also gonna set up a meeting with the DRC.
Okay, thank you. So are there any questions for the Director of Diversity? Okay, seeing none, we will move on. Could I please hear the report of the Director of Legislative Affairs? Page 9. Okay, so I'll be reading this. So, Anvi had her first committee meeting and met representatives. They brainstormed ideas of upcoming initiatives. She will also be conducting one-on-ones with her LAC representatives to understand interest and assign specific roles. She will be finalizing the Deputy Director role for LAC Committee this week. She also met with Chief of Staff Ashley to discuss initiatives and progress so far. She will also continue to work on National Homelessness and Hunger Awareness Week efforts. And if you have any questions, please reach out to her through her email. Thank you, Lord. Okay, so moving on, could I please hear the report of the Director of Public Affairs?
Hey guys, happy GBM 6. So last week I met with Carlos to just discuss some PAC initiatives. I'm still in the process of conducting the last of the USG representative headshots, so I will open up some time next week to get those last headshots in. So look out on Slack for some more information about that. I'm finishing up on representative bios and have also completed the e-board biographies for the upcoming Instagram introductions. I met with our PAC committee on the 8th and the 15th. I also have done our GBM recordings, so those are going to go out shortly. I'm in the process of designing our first meeting packets to be posted on Instagram. So that would be GBM 3 and GBM 4 and 5 combined. I have created the Stoles and Boards bill. And then I also outlined the structure for the monthly newsletter. I'm also working on coordinating our USG website revamp with our web administrator, Raul. The Canva Pro bill has been drafted and voted on already. Our PAC tabling bill has also been voted on today, so we should be starting our PAC tabling shortly. I also proposed the bowling alley nights, which is a de-stress event that will happen towards the end of the semester during finals week. So we're looking at that week, the week before finals in December. And so that's just going to be bowling for students to promote wellness and campus connection. There's going to be food involved too. I'm also working on the Connecting Student Leaders event proposal, which will happen in November, which is an event where we invite organizations to come have a dinner and network with each other. And so all of USG is also invited to that. So there will be a bill for that too. Finally, I am working on the merchandise proposal for design concepts, including quarter zips, sweaters, and giveaway items. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me.
Okay, thank you. Are there any immediate questions for the Director of Public Affairs? Okay, so moving on, could I please hear the report of the Director of Student Success?
Good evening, everyone. Happy GBM 6. Reminder that the application form for the Career Leadership Council and Student Ambassador Board is still open until Halloween, so please apply if you're interested. This week, I created a room reservation and catering order for coffee, cocoa, cookies, and careers. I held my introduction committee meeting and began planning out the rest of the semester with our meetings and initiatives. I began planning our Study Palooza finals event, including creating a bill and researching better ways to increase engagement within the event. To give an overview of what the event looks like, it's free Jimmy John's and other beverages like caffeine and energy drinks, stuff like that, for students the week before finals to support them in their studying. We want to expand it to maybe include some kind of study tips or other resources to help out students as well, not just food and go. And then I also started researching and preliminary planning on an alumni town hall kind of speaker series event, collaborating with the Alumni Association and Career Services. If this sounds interesting, please reach out to me. That's all.
Okay, thank you. Are there any questions for the Director of Student Success? Okay, seeing no questions, we will move on. So could I please hear the report of the Director of Campus Health?
Hello everyone, my updates are as follows. We just conducted our second committee meeting right before this GPM. In our meeting, we have gotten started on a lot of initiative proposals. and they are ranging from bills on events related to physical health, food insecurity, commuter relations, discussions on future partnership with UIC housing, to focusing on female empowerment and helping individuals navigate the campus when they arrive for the first time. If you want to be involved in any of these initiatives, please feel free to reach out, and if you have any ideas, please reach out. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So are there any questions for the Director of Campus Life? Seeing no questions, we'll move on to our next order of business, which is announcements. Are there any announcements that anyone would like to share? Okay. Seeing no announcements, we'll move on to our next order of business, which is adjournment. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I motion to adjourn the meeting.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Does anyone abstain? The ayes have it. The meeting has been adjourned at 6:39
One of you. Are you payroll job? Are you on the payroll group? Yes, I am. You guys have an event tomorrow. On the 30th. 30th. When is it? I think it's next week. Yeah.